Most gardeners pour their rice water right down the drain without a second thought. We decided to test it on 3 different plants for a full 30 days, and the results were clear enough that we had to share them with you. We ran a fully controlled 30-day test using fermented rice water on 3 of the most common backyard vegetable plants: tomatoes, peppers, and spinach. Each test plant had an identical twin used as a control, watered on the exact same schedule with nothing but plain tap water. The potting soil, container size, sunlight exposure, and watering amounts stayed identical throughout the entire experiment. By day 30, the differences between the 2 groups were visible in photographs without any measuring tools. This experiment gave us real observable data that any home gardener can take and apply immediately. Fermented rice water is simply the starchy water left over after rinsing or soaking raw white rice, collected in a clean glass jar, and left to sit at room temperature for 24 to 48 hours. During that short window, naturally occurring bacteria and wild yeasts begin to multiply in the liquid, making it slightly cloudy, mildly sour-smelling, and noticeably bubbly along the glass edge. Those microorganisms are the real value here, because after fermentation they produce compounds that stimulate root development and improve how efficiently plant roots absorb nutrients from the surrounding soil. Think of it as a probiotic shot for your garden, something you can make for free from a resource you are already throwing away. Once you understand what fermentation is actually doing at the microbial level, it becomes clear why this method works consistently across so many different plant types. Raw rice is naturally coated in starch, and when that starch dissolves into soaking or rinsing water, it creates a liquid rich in carbohydrates, trace minerals, and small amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The 3 nutrients every vegetable plant depends on for healthy growth. After 24 to 48 hours of fermentation, beneficial lactic acid bacteria break those compounds down further, making them far more bioavailable to plant roots than they were in raw form. The fermentation process also mildly lowers the pH of the water, which most vegetable crops prefer over neutral or alkaline soil conditions. When you pour fermented rice water onto your garden bed, you are not just feeding your plants. You are building the microbial ecosystem in your soil that makes long-term fertility possible. That combination of immediate nutrition and lasting soil improvement is what separates fermented rice water from plain rice water used straight from the pot. Making fermented rice water requires about 2 minutes of actual work and a 48-hour waiting period, and you likely have everything you need in your kitchen right now. Start by rinsing 1 cup of raw white rice in 2 cups of clean water, swirling it well, then strain out the rice and keep the starchy white water in a clean glass jar. Cover the jar loosely with a piece of cloth or a paper towel secured with a rubber band. Never seal it airtight, because the fermentation process produces gas that needs to escape. Set the jar in a room temperature location out of direct sunlight and leave it for 24 to 48 hours, until the liquid takes on a mildly sour scent, and you can see small bubbles along the inside of the glass. At that stage, it is ready to dilute at a ratio of 1 part fermented rice water to 4 parts plain water before applying it to your plants. Using it undiluted is too concentrated and can actually stress your plants rather than help them. The dilution step is important and should not be skipped. We chose tomatoes, peppers, and spinach because together they represent a broad range of nutrient needs, growth rates, and visual indicators that make results easy to track in a 30-day window. Tomatoes are heavy feeders that demand significant nitrogen and phosphorus throughout their growth cycle, making them one of the strongest real-world test cases for any homemade fertilizer. Peppers are moderate feeders that respond noticeably to changes in soil fertility, often showing that response through flowering speed and fruit development rather than just size. Spinach is a fast-growing leafy green that visibly shows signs of health or stress within just 7 to 10 days, which made it an ideal early indicator plant for this experiment. Using 3 plants with different feeding requirements gave us a much more complete and honest picture of how fermented rice water actually performs across real garden conditions. By day 7, the most immediate difference appeared in the spinach. The fermented rice water plant had noticeably larger, darker green leaves compared to the control plant, which had remained close to its original size since the start of the experiment. The tomato test plant had pushed out 2 new leaf nodes during that first week, while the control plant produced only 1. The pepper plants looked nearly identical at this stage, though the test pepper showed slightly more compact, upright stem growth compared to its control twin. What was most telling at day 7 was not dramatic transformation, it was the consistent, measurable advantage already showing up across all 3 plant types simultaneously. A week in, it was clear the fermented rice water was doing something real in the soil, and the momentum was only going to build from there. Before we get into the week 2 and week 3 results, where the differences really start to become dramatic, if you are getting value from this experiment, take 2 seconds and hit the like button right now. It helps this kind of honest, practical gardening content reach more growers just like you. And if you are not subscribed yet, this is the perfect time. We publish new organic gardening experiments and tutorials every week, and you do not want to miss what is coming next. By day 15, the gap between the test plants and the control plants had widened enough to be immediately obvious without any measuring tape. The spinach test plant had nearly doubled in leaf size compared to its control, and the color had shifted to a noticeably deeper, richer green that the control plant simply could not match. The tomato test plant had begun developing small yellow flower buds by day 15, while the control tomato plant was still in purely vegetative growth with no signs of flowering at all. The pepper test plant also started showing flower buds several days ahead of its control twin, which in real gardening terms means a meaningfully earlier harvest. By the end of week 3, all 3 fermented rice water plants were tracking approximately 10 to 14 days ahead of their controls in overall development and readiness. The consistency of that led across 3 entirely different plant types was one of the most significant findings of the entire 30-day test. At the close of day 30, the results across all 3 plant types were consistent, measurable, and photographically undeniable. The fermented rice water spinach had outgrown its control by more than 30% in overall leaf mass, with a richer, healthier color, and no signs of yellowing or stress that the control plant had begun to show by week 4. The rice water tomato plant was carrying strong, healthy flower sets, and had grown significantly taller than its control twin, which was only just beginning to show its first flowers at the 30-day mark. The pepper test plant had already developed its first small green fruits by day 30, while the control pepper was only beginning to flower for the first time. None of these test plants received anything other than fermented rice water on their regular watering schedule. No added compost, no store-bought fertilizers, no extra amendments of any kind. The results made a consistent, honest case that fermented rice water is a genuinely effective and accessible homemade fertilizer for everyday backyard gardeners. You do not need to spend money on liquid fertilizer if you have raw rice sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. Fermented rice water is completely free. It takes under 2 minutes to prepare, and this 30-day experiment showed measurable results across tomatoes, peppers, and spinach without a single commercial input. The application method is straightforward. Dilute it at 1 part rice water to 4 parts plain water, and use it as your regular watering solution every 3 to 7 days throughout the growing season. The real benefit comes from consistency over time, because what you are building with each application is not just a one-time nutrient boost, but a living, active, microbial community in your soil that grows stronger with every use. Once you start applying it regularly, you will begin to see stronger root development, better leaf color, and more consistent productive growth without any of the chemicals, cost, or guesswork that comes with store-bought fertilizers. Here is what 30 days of real testing actually showed us. Fermented rice water, made from nothing but the starchy liquid left over from rinsing raw rice, produced consistent, measurable improvements in growth rate, leaf color, and development speed across all 3 plants we tested. The spinach was greener and larger, the tomatoes flowered significantly earlier and grew stronger stems, and the peppers were already setting fruit while the control plants were still weeks away from that stage. It is a completely free fertilizer that most people are currently pouring directly down the drain every time they cook rice. All it takes is 2 days of patience and a clean glass jar, and you have a homemade liquid fertilizer with real results to back it up. If you found this experiment useful and want to see more honest, no-cost organic gardening solutions like this one, make sure you are subscribed so you never miss a new video. Hit the like button if you learned something valuable today. It genuinely helps this channel reach more home gardeners. And drop a comment below right now and tell us, have you ever used rice water on your plants? And did you see results? We see every single comment, and we would love to hear what is growing in your garden.